Hey guys, in this video we will dive into the world of Angular, more specifically Angular component. Well, if you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you can see the future videos just like this. Alright, now let's go to the terminal. Let's create a new project, ng new Angular 18 component. Alright, packages installed successfully. Okay, now let's navigate to the folder. Okay, and open the project in Visual Studio Code. So code space dot. So this is our new project, Angular 18 component. So first of all, I want to expand the source, and it has an index.html, the landing page, app.component.ts, where we have the selector app.root. Okay, so this is our root component. So now I want to create a folder under app folder and give the folder name as components. Okay, before moving forward, let's open the new terminal and then build the solution. So the command would be ng space serb. Okay, it's now ready. So this is our sample application. Let's go to the app.component.html. Let's remove all this, save it. Now it's gonna be blank. Alright, now let's create a component. For that I wanna add another terminal. Let's navigate to the components folder. So cd source app / components. Now we can execute an Angular CLI command to generate the component, which is gonna be ng space g for generate, c for component, then the component name. I'm gonna give the component name as product list. Enter. So product list has been created. If we expand, we would see there are 4 files. One is the CSS, HTML, spec file and TS file. And our selector name is app-product-list. Okay, now let's go to the app component.html, and here we can use the selector app-product-list. Now go into the another terminal, hit save. It is throwing an error and saying that the product list is not a known element. Okay, because we need to import that next to the imports. Okay, which is gonna be product list component. So this is the suggestion here. Okay, once it is there, if we save it, so successfully built. Right, now if we go back to our browser, I can see product list works, which is coming from the product list. Okay, now let's create few variables here. First name, string type, ribbon, last name, string type, data, maybe another one, full name, type is string. Okay, now let's go to the UI. So what I can do, first name, using string interpolation, first name, comma, the last name, okay. In another para we can say full name is gonna be full name. Okay, let's go to the UI. So it rendered properly, right? Now let's add one input type here, text box, and the value is gonna be the full name. Yep, so value is there, right? Even if I delete, it doesn't reflect in this p tag because this is a one-way binding, which is component to UI. So if I want to reflect these changes in here, I need to bind this text box as a two-way binding. Okay, so how can I add that? I need to add ngModel here, ngModel, and give the variable name. If I save it, it will throw exception that ngModel is not a non-property because we did not import the forms module. Forms module is from Angular forms. Okay, if I hit save, now it's build. Let's say, hey, it's ribbon, right? So if you see, as soon as I type it here, it is also reflecting in this p tag here, because this text box has a two-way binding. As soon as I make any changes on this, it is also updating in the backend, and from the component it is also updating in the UI. All right, now let's make it a little bit better. I mean, what we can do, instead of having all this, let's create a table. So here I have a table, and in the backend I do not need all this. Save it. So I have a list of products here, right? I can also add a header. Product list. Okay, so what I can do, I can create a list of product in the component, and then I can render those products in the UI, right? So what I can do, I can create a variable here. Let's say products of type product, which I do not have yet, right? So first of all, let's create that type product, and we have an ID number. By default it is 0. Title string, Okay, what else? Price, quantity. Price is also a number, and then quantity also a number. Okay, what happened? String. Okay, so this is our class. Now let's create a variable of product array type and give the variable name as products type of array, and here we can add some hard-coded values here. Well, this is gonna be product type. So what we can do, we can use curly braces and give the ID title price and quantity. Okay, one more. This is product ID to, let's say, white t-shirt, price is 5.497. Maybe one more. And ID 3. Okay, now let's go to the component.html. What we are gonna do is, we do not need this because we need to render that using for loop. So let's add a for loop here. This is gonna be add for, we can say, product of products. Okay, we also need to use track, which is gonna be ID, product ID, and then for each tier let's add td that will print product.id, and second one is gonna be the title. Okay, third one is gonna be price, quantity. Let's save it. Okay, no issue. Now let's go to the UI. Yep, so this is now coming from the component.ts file from the array, right? Yep, that's it. So this looks pretty simple, right? Since we are not using the input text box anymore, so we can remove that because it is not necessary for now. Save it, no issue. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe and share the video. Also, please let me know if you are facing any issue. I will try to resolve your issue. Thank you. See you in the next episode.